Welcome to Mina's bookshelf. This is a flip through and review of a Kickstarter indie oracle deck, The Coastal Curiosities by Lennox Rees. This was probably the best Kickstarter campaign I've experienced as a customer because it was incredibly smooth. From the delivery time to the amount of information and updates that we received from the creator, Lennox Rees. You can find it on Instagram. Her handle is, I think, Hello Ivy. But let's get into the cards right away. I fell in love with this product because of the artwork. It really spoke to me, and I felt like it really had a place in my collection. The deck came with a few rewards, a postcard, a few stickers, a bag, pretty nice, a two-part hard box, and 10 additional bonus cards. This deck was intended initially to have only 44 cards. Now we have 54. I'll read from the back of the box. Coastal Curiosity: wander through all of the 54 cards, artistically designed and filled with delightful miniature worlds of eccentric keepsakes inspired by the Pacific Northwest. Discover flora and fauna and interpret earthy messages for inspiration and self-reflection, etc. So let's get into the deck itself. It comes with a booklet, 72 pages booklet, and these are the cards. The creator used a linen finish for them on 310 GSM cardstock. So the cards are very flexible. They shuffle really well. And although they might seem kind of thin at the touch in the beginning, I do believe that they're going to be quite resilient, even for the refill shuffler. Let's look at them. They're not in order because I've been using the deck in order to be able to provide you with a review. But just know that it's very easy to look at the meanings, the interpretations on the booklet, because the booklet presents the cards in alphabetical order. So these are the 10 bonus cards, the cards that the creator added as a reward throughout the campaign. And they have a Lenormand-esque kind of feel because they're very simple. There's just one specific element and one mini associate to each of them. Probably, okay. I have shuffled them in to do my readings. So this is how I use them, but you may want to, depending on your needs and habits when it comes to readings, you might want to separate these bonus cards from the rest of the deck. And then to the main cards. So as you can see, there's a collage of vintage images, I would say Victorian looking images, and botanical elements and animals. Now each card has a main keyword on the bottom. We will take a look at the booklet, but I can already tell you in advance that in the booklet, beside this main keyword, the creator offers also 3 additional keywords and then an expanded message. I have to say, the experience with this deck for me was that I would prefer to use this deck intuitively, which means giving to the cards the meaning that my intuition leads me to, rather than reading the book, because I found that sometimes the keywords do not really speak to me, and that's okay. I think in the introduction, the creator of the deck says that this is a deck that you should be using intuitively. the main keyword or the 3 additional keywords might not speak to you. Sometimes I felt like I was not really connecting to them. But the images, the elements, the symbolism of the flowers, of the element, of the objects and the animals was a more reliable way for me to relate to the card. For those of you who are expert in flower language and are savvy when it comes to animal spirit, animal totem, this knowledge might help you add more nuances, more layers to your readings. I'm not that much of an expert when it comes to flowers, unfortunately, but a few of these are familiar to me, and thanks to other botanical decks that I have in my collection, I've been able over time to gather information about flowers and interpretation of the language of flowers. I've been reading with this deck and some other tarot and oracle decks. So if you have kind of vintage decks, collage art decks, that would be a great match. Quickly through the guidebook. There is an introduction, of course, about the cards, the artwork, reading the cards, sample questions, and then some very interesting spreads. And then we go into the cards. They're listed in alphabetical order. So as you can see, there's a main keyword and then 3 additional keywords. As I said before, I do not always relate to these additional keywords, and sometimes not even to the main keyword. And the write-up, sometimes it speaks to me, sometimes it doesn't, or they're just part of them that, I help me with my readings, but I'm really using this deck intuitively. And the deck that I used with it mostly, and the one that really matches the artwork and the voice, so to speak,